Nice beat though, fam. Nice
Yeah,
beat.
man. Oh boy. Welcome everybody to the latest episode of Real Spill with Shyne. This your boy Shyne in the building. One more time, I got my homeboy Gutta in the building with me. Gutta, say what's up to the people, bro.
What's going on, man?
Man, everything cool today, June
Yeah.
2nd, 2022. It's a lovely Thursday. Everybody doing good. I hope so. We're getting close to the weekend, man.
Yeah, man.
Got to stay safe out there. Got to stay vigilant. Everybody always be aware of your surroundings and watch everything because you just never know with today's society what could be going on. Now we're gonna move to our first story of the day. I know everybody heard about what went on in Tulsa last night. Well, yesterday evening, the Tulsa police captain said the site of the Oklahoma clinic mass shooting is a catastrophic scene. See, I won't. I need to find out exactly what the definition of mass shooting is and everything. Like, how many people gotta be shot for it to be considered a mass shooting? Now, I'm not dying playing this at all because I think 4 people being shot is a lot of people. That should be a mass shooting. I just want to know if 2 people a mass shooting, 3 people, 4. Like, where do the numbers start? The site of the mass shooting in Tulsa was described by law enforcement as a catastrophic scene. Law enforcement said that at least 4 people were killed in the attack and that the shooter died from a self inflicted gunshot wound. The Tulsa police said that the scene was just rough on the inside. The man was carrying both a rifle and a handgun. Um, yeah, man, like, and from what I understand, this guy was a black man around 35 to 40 years old. I don't think they'd have made a positive idea of him yet. If they have, I haven't been made aware of it. I ain't seen it nowhere. But these things are becoming more and more frequent where people are taking rifles and going into buildings and shooting. It just seems like I don't know what's happening in the world where it's happening more and more frequently that
Right.
you know, like, bro, you supposed to be all right at the clinic, man. Like, it's certain places you just supposed to be straight at. Like, you ain't expecting to have to go to war in these places, but nowadays, man, and if you're paying attention, we've had a white guy, we've had a Latino, and now we've had a black guy. Like, what's going on? What's going on? If anybody got any kind of ideas, please alert me because if there's no pattern, there's no kind of sense to this stuff. Like I just can't understand what's really going on. Now this happened at St. Francis Hospital in Tulsa. Dispatchers received a 911 call shortly before 5 p.m. local time about a man walking with a rifle at the Natalie building, a physician's office building on the St. Francis Hospital campus. So, I'm assuming it's just like the hospital over there in Macon.
Right.
You go there, it's doctor's offices on this side,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
and the hospital over here. That's what it appears like this kind of building is, man. So, man, most of those doctors that have their practice right there at the hospital. Those some major doctors. Like you got a heart issue, some lung issue.
Yeah.
It ain't you just going there for a cold. That's a specialist. Most of the time, if they got a doctor's office at the hospital, that mean they're there because they do surgeries and shit pretty often. So they need to be at the hospital. So again, we got somebody who's going to a place where there are vulnerable people.
Right.
Now, like I said, I haven't been made aware of the as to any identification has came forward about who this guy is, because the more that comes forward with the Uvalde, Texas thing, it starts to paint a little bit of a picture. See, at first they didn't tell us that Grandma worked at the school that he went to and shot up. Grandma worked there, so it looks like his whole beef might have been with grandma, whereas we might have thought before that he was trying to do this, but it just looked like he had beef with grandma. But again, I saw a TikTok video where a military guy was breaking down the cost of all the stuff that this guy had, and it was about 7,000, 8,000. It was $9,000 worth of stuff. So where does an 18-year-old kid get $9,000 to buy this stuff like that? For if he got $9,000 to buy this, that means he got more money
somewhere.
Ain't nobody.
He ain't got it now.
No, he ain't got it now. He ain't got nothing now. He ain't got nothing now. But it's just it's all this stuff. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I don't know, man. You watch them conspiracy theories, man, with all they false flag information and everything, man. And man, I'm gonna just it make you go to thinking, man, cause them people was cloning sheep when I was a kid.
Right.
They could just be sending people out to do stuff like we don't know. You can never really goddamn say that they won't do this or they won't do that, cause we done witnessed a lot of stuff that the government will do.
Right.
When they want to get an agenda across, it ain't no length they won't go to get that agenda across. We done lived through that in our days and time. So for me to sit here and act like it ain't possible that this stuff ain't random, that it's something with it, dog. And man, like it is kind of crazy though that the only guy that stayed alive was the white guy. But the black dude they say shot himself. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say he was killed by law enforcement or anything. They say he did kill himself. But that's just an interesting story, man. I just don't really.
No.
I don't know, man. There's so much stuff could be into that story, bro. Like again, no, like we say about every tragedy, we gonna send our thoughts and prayers with everybody else thoughts and prayers.
Right.
We gonna pray for 'em, especially the people that lost somebody, but the whole entire community, not just people who lose somebody that have to deal with this. Your whole sense of safety is gone if you live in that community. You understand? Like you have to
Everybody
man, like it,
hands and knees.
everybody around there got somebody that go to that hospital, they go to them doctor's offices, and you got to be worried. And then America is such a country of copycats. Like you just never know. People want to get that viral moment. They don't even care if they die behind. We done seen people do some outrageous, stupid things trying to record themselves, hoping that they can go viral. And that's the world we live in. Yeah, we just gonna pray for them folk, man. We're gonna move on to a more local story. This story, I think it was about 5 years ago. About 5 years ago, they had killed them corrections officers. You remember when that happened, bro? I think was you still a corrections officer when that happened? You had already came up out of there.
I came up out of that, man. But that was the job they were doing. I was going.
That was you wanted that
I
job,
wanted
right?
that job.
What's so good about the job they have, bro?
You ain't doing no ride.
Word, I can understand that. Ain't none of that.
Locked down in the dorm, you ride.
You out there in the world a little bit.
You seeing some shit. Different prisons and shit.
Okay. Now, the trial them again for the second man accused of killing corrections officers on the state prison bus. Um, Nearly 5 years after the prison bus slayings of Curtis Ballou and Christopher Monica, the second man accused of the killings is on trial. Now, I remember when this was happening, as it was happening. It happened the day before my birthday, matter of fact. And I just remember it as it was playing out, dog, and it was just a crazy feeling around here, bro. A guy I know personally used to date the daughter of that blue guy, I believe. Or was it the Monica guy? Whichever the white guy is. You know what I'm saying? Whichever one. I think Monica the white guy. I really do. I think Monica the white guy. But they done they done got they done got the other dude. You know what I'm saying? They done already sentenced him and everything. So now it's Buddy turn.
What they gave the other dude? But they don't say.
They don't say it in this article, man. I'm yeah, but I'm pretty sure he got life. You know, life without possibility of parole. This Georgia, man, they might have got the death penalty. You understand me? Google that for me real quick, man. See what his name was. I just seen his name. Blah. I don't know right now, man. I know Ricky Dubose who we talking about right now. Tamika Jordan was the first witness they called up to the stand, and it looked like they called her to the stand to just say that Monica and Baloo worked for the prison. Um, shit, I don't even see why they taking it but to trial, man. Like, I think stuff. I know everybody deserve their day in court. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But shit, this an open and shut case, man.
Right.
This is an open and shut case. They say them boys that just been Rowe was the other one name. Rowe, ROWE. I don't remember his first name, but it was Rowe. Um they had just spent 5 days together at the Baldwin State Prison when
Right.
they came up with this scheme. 5 days of knowing a motherfucker, man. I don't think I'm finna goddamn get in no goddamn have brain scheme with your motherfucking ass. But you know, them prison people be kind of convincing sometimes, but they have a good story and they gonna stick to it. But yeah, that's Monica and Blue right there, the fallen soldiers right there. You still have to pray for their families, dog. 'Cause man, they still have to deal with this every day. And I'm sure with the court cases going on right now, it's just real fresh and open for them, and you just have to goddamn pray that everything all right with them. But Ricky, on the other hand. That's Ricky in court right there. He ain't having such a good time. They say the way that things happened that day, man. They Donnie Rowe and Ricky Dubo both already was serving time for armed robbery and assault charges. They were on a prison bus that was taking them from Sparta to Eden. While unattended during a stop at Hancock State Prison, Rowe used a toothbrush to unlock the gate, separating the offender's compartment from the corrections officer compartment. Now, see, that's a fact right there that I always wondered. I'm like, damn, they ain't locked the gate.
Yeah, I thought that too.
But apparently the old buddy done got him a toothpaste sharpener into a shank and he the goddamn picked that motherfucker and unlocked it. And after rummaging through the officer's lunch, they returned to their compartment and closed the gate but left it unlocked. When the officers returned and the bus was back on the road, Rowe opened the gate and he and Dubose rushed the front of the bus and attacked the guards while the other inmates moved to the back of the bus. After a few seconds of struggling, shots rang out, inmates ducked for cover, and the two guards, Monica and Baloo, were dead. Monica's body lay in the doorway, blocking the exit, so Rowe and Dubose made their escape through a window. The other inmates stayed on board the bus, waiting for help to arrive. That help came in the form of a civilian, Mr. Jim Matter. He had been on his way to the hardware store when he saw the bus stop in the middle of Highway 16. He said he heard the inmates calling for help, so he felt compelled to check out the scene. He could hear the inmates pleading with him to call 911, and that's when he saw the bodies laying in the doorway. He also saw the driver sitting motionless in the seat. He called the police and waited in his truck. Man, that's whew. Man, once you in prison, man, you might as well stay there, cause it ain't no getting out, bro. Like, they gonna get you, and then you gonna get yourself more time. Like, that's just the movies where you break out and you make it to Mexico or Argentina or some shit like that. You don't know nobody in Mexico. You don't know nobody in Argentina. The only thing you can do is float around America, and they gonna catch your ass, and they gonna bang you.
Where they found them at?
Yeah, they found him in Tennessee, man. They had to made it that far. I will say that they had to made it 2.5 days later. That's the bus right there, man. That's how the bus was stopped in the road right there. That was a sad day, man, right here. And that's where they found him at in Tennessee, man. They were trying to break in somebody's house or something, and they got laid down. Man, Tennessee don't play, bro. You know how everybody in Georgia and Texas got a gun. Tennessee same way. Tennessee don't play the radio, bro. You breaking somebody's house in Tennessee, they look at that and get killed. You know, but the state of Georgia probably gonna do that for 'em. We're gonna move on, man, to the next story that we got. We got a whole lot of wild stories today, man.
Oh yeah, they end up getting road life in prison without the road.
That what he got, life without parole.
So,
Nah, which one of them they said was the shooter? Let me go back real quick. Cause if not, the shooter got to get more time than the other one, right?
right.
I would think. Hold on one second. I need to see who the shooter was real quick. Well, they tried to put me on an Elvis thing real fast. They say Dubose helped carry out the murders. Mm. Girl, girl, we don't care nothing about Bedelia Turner right now. That ain't what we talking about. We moving on to the next story, man. We're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. The Pennsylvania dad faces triple murder charges. God damn. In connection with killing his girlfriend and her pregnant friend. Police in Pennsylvania have accused the 23. I know I paused then, but it just kind of fucked me up. Right there. Oh man, accused a 23-year-old man of killing the mother of his child and the woman's best friend who was 5 months pregnant. God damn. But police confirmed that Mamadou Kali has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Yeah, that's his name. Murder of an unborn child, endangering the welfare of a child, carjacking, and fleeing and eluding. But we ain't seen you for the last time for a long time, but yeah, man.
He gonna get the chill.
He need to. I don't know if Pennsylvania got the chill. I'm not really sure about that, but he deserve whatever he can get, man. Um, they had see this is something that I thought was kind of strange. The police interacted with these people before he killed them, but she told the officers that everything was fine. But then later, the defendant became agitated when the police was questioning the victim. Now that's supposed to have been a sign now when he getting agitated, that something might not be right. Now, again, would I be agitated to the police asking my old lady like I done did something to her when I ain't did nothing to her? Yeah, I might be a little agitated, but I'm definitely agitated if I know that goddamn I might be getting ready to go to jail if she tell these folk what I done did. Then I'm real agitated.
Oh yeah.
But man, they found her in a Toyota Corolla. She had been shot multiple times. They declared her dead at the scene. After the killing, he grabbed his child and fled in the car. Like, man, why you? Why? Just why, man? Why you put your child through some shit like that? Now your child, your flesh and blood, gonna be seeing that shit forever. Like you did that to your child. Did nobody else fuck your child up? You fucked your child up, and you got to wear that. You got to wear that, bro. Oh man, it's something that's been going viral on social media.
Right.
It's the next story I got coming up, man. That 10-year-old girl fatally shot neighbor who was girl 10 years old who fatally shot neighbor was handed gun bag by mom. Now, first of all, I don't know what the fuck a gun bag is. Do you know what a gun bag is, go? Now, I'm assuming she handed her daughter her purse.
Right.
Because I hand you my purse, don't mean for you to go in there and shoot nobody. I'm giving you my purse so I can fight better.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. But man, they charging this mama with murder and shit, man. Because the daughter took the pistol out of her pocketbook and shot her. Because she gave her the pocketbook is the reason they saying. But man, I'm getting beat up. I'm trying to get this pocketbook off my shoulder so I can have what he fight. Is what I, which I don't know. I ain't seen the video. I have not seen the video. I want to put that disclaimer. I have not seen the video. But I just can't imagine a person would give their daughter the gun to shoot the person. Like, I can't believe that. Now, why did she give her the bag? Why didn't she just put the bag down? She's in the middle of an altercation. I don't know how many people been in fights around now, man. I don't know how many of y'all been in fights, but if you are in a fight and you are able to think with a sound and clear mind, you one of the few people in the world, and you should be a heavyweight champ somewhere. People have to train to know how to fight and think clearly at the same time. Most people go into fight or flight mode, survival, and they're just trying to survive. Most people.
Right.
But if you're one of those few that can actually form correct thoughts and know everything that's going on around you at this whole time while you're still in the middle of this fight, you're great. You're a GOAT. So I'm thinking, cause these people, where they lived at would look like an apartment building type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the mama and the victim right there, y'all. That's the mama and the victim. This is the apartments that they stay in right here. They stay in something like this right here, which to me looks like almost a project setting.
Right.
It looks like a project set. So if this woman is, and it looks like from the first picture where you see the girl with the pistol, it looks like they in the front yard type area, right? So if she fighting over him, and I give you the bag, like, man, I'm just trying to survive, I believe. I just giving you the bag, man. So I can get my balance and fight. I don't think she gave her.
Picture of the mama looking at the daughter with the gun now.
Yeah, that's the mama looking at the daughter right there. It looked like she could have stopped something though.
You do.
I mean, it looked like she could have stopped something. I don't know. I'm interested to find out how this whole thing play out, man. I really am. I'm interested to find out how that whole.
Like she don't pull on that shit plenty of times.
Man, she look like she ready, don't she? She look like this ain't her first rodeo. She a killer motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Don't mean to laugh.
Don't mean to laugh, but I mean she showed her she a killer motherfucker. But they first received reports of the shooting by 11:49 p.m. Close to 12 o'clock, Colin Cow heard and told y'all don't nothing good happen out of 12 o'clock. Get your ass in the high. At some point during the altercation, two adults got into a physical altercation. At some point during the altercation, the adult suspect handed her daughter a bag which was later determined to contain a firearm. The juvenile retrieved that firearm from the bag and fired 2 rounds, striking the victim. According to the police, the adult suspect and the mother of the juvenile was identified as 31-year-old Lucretia Isaac. The adult victim was identified as 41-year-old LaShawn Denise Rogers. Man, 41 years old out there fighting, man. You don't sit your bad knee, bad back ass down somewhere. Oh, man, why we still fighting at 41, man? Why we still fighting at 41? Nah. From what I understood, they ain't even charged the child yet. They just put her, they released her over to the Department of Child and Family Services. But they charged the mama with manslaughter with culpable negligence, child neglect, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and aggravated assault with a firearm. Like, she ain't shooting nobody. How she get an ag assault, man? How she get a manslaughter? Now, under that right, say she had her purse and she put it on the ground.
Right.
Instead of handing it to her daughter. She put it on the ground, the daughter still come over there, grab the pistol, shoot her. Do she still get all these same charges? Are we fighting over technicality and that's gonna determine how we fuck up somebody's life? If she should have put it on the ground instead of handing it to her, she should have took like I don't blame her for having a firearm in Florida, walking around with it being ready. I don't blame her for that. And it looked to me like she was trying to avoid shooting the bitch. Cause if a bitch fighting you, you got every right in Florida to shoot the bitch.
Right? Yeah.
That's all. Why this little girl can't be standing her own ground? I mean, her mom's getting attacked.
Right.
Her mom is getting attacked. If George, whoever the fucking last name was, I can't even remember that son bitch name that killed Trayvon. If George Zimmerman
Right.
can stand his ground and Trayvon was just walking, and that bitch got down fighting, it's Florida. First person get the gun win.
Yeah.
It's Florida. First person get the gun supposed to win, and ain't nobody supposed to go to jail. It's Florida. You was being assaulted. So you mean to tell me if a motherfucker in my yard hit me, I can't shoot him? But a white man can shoot him if you goddamn go over there and hit him upside his head. He can shoot you. He ain't gonna do a damn day. But I can't defend myself against man shit. I ain't taking no knots up against my head, because I don't bother nobody.
Right.
I don't bother nobody. So I don't expect nobody to bother me. So man, I think it's kind of wild. I don't know what the end result gonna be. I don't know how it gonna end up. I just think it was a wild situation myself personally. I'm gonna pay attention to that story. We're gonna move on to our next story that we got. This guy Paul Cynical, he up there in New York City. He done stabbed his ex-girlfriend daughter to death.
Tell it.
A New York State man allegedly murdered his ex-girlfriend's daughter over the weekend. He is charged with murder in the second degree for stabbing Melanie Chianese. That's a wild name. It's almost Chinese, but it ain't. There should go. Melanie Chianese. The Dutchess County Sheriff Office said authorities did not clarify the link between the two, but a source close to the family said that it was the ex-boyfriend. The defendant was the ex-boyfriend of the victim's mama. Cynical had been arrested 3 times on domestic violence allegations and faced a restraining order protecting the mother. A restraining order to protect Melanie had reportedly been denied. The suspect, who had on an ankle monitor at the time of the killing, was set to be sentenced on Monday in a felony contempt case. Damn, buddy was finna go to jail already. He probably just finna get some probation or something. I'm like, just me looking at him made me think that he was gonna be a good candidate for probation if he'd have played the cards right. But unfortunately for him, that ain't how it's gonna happen. They found his ass on the bridge. He took off and ran, of course. Yeah, he took off and ran, of course, and they found him on a bridge. Found him on the Mid Hudson Bridge, where he was trying to die by suicide. See, that's what they always think they'll be able to do, man. Go ahead and take themselves out. But no, that's Paul new mug shot right there. Paul did not make it to take himself out. Paul is doing fine and well and awaiting trial. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next story that we got going. Man, my next story I got, this shit here crazy than the mug. Man, you talking about crazy, 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 man. The judge said that this is as close to an unforgivable sin as it gets. The stepmama starved a 12-year-old boy to death. Nah, feel bad for Buddy, may rest in peace and all that good stuff, may fly with the angels. And I just don't understand how some shit like this could happen. And apparently this happened in 2020. So I'm assuming that the kids weren't going to school up there and everybody was doing the virtual learning, and that's how they were able to get away with it. That virtual learning fucked a lot of kids up, man. We had a kid right down the street in Wilkinson County that ended up dying because she wasn't going to school and nobody could see the condition that she was in. You know, I think, man, I can't remember everything, but that girl had wrong with it, but it was terrible. You got time, y'all can look that up. That's a good one for you to look up on your own. But on the jury convicted Mara on 7 felony charges, first-degree homicide, conspiracy, and endangering the welfare of a child, and 4 more charges. It's just, and apparently the daddy, you know, he had to be going along with it, cause I mean, ain't no way in the hell stepmom doing something like
He ain't saying shit.
that's. The prosecutor said that a completely naked Max and the bed were both wholly covered in fecal matter. Like, police removed the bed and located piles of moldy fecal matter up under the bed frame itself. Max's room was pitch dark, but despite having windows, because the shades were taped to the window frames and the doors screwed shut. The only furniture in the room was his bed frame and mattress that was all full of fecal matter. Meanwhile, the door leading outside had 3 metal hooks, and they used these hooks to lock the boy inside. They never enrolled Max in school and had not taken him to see a doctor in over 10 years. He only weighed 47.5 pounds and only stood 50 inches, 4 feet 2 inches tall. 12 years old, man. Oh. And then the child caused to death was determined to be a homicide caused by blunt force trauma with starvation and malnourishment, serving as complicating factors, man. Like, they tortured this baby, man.
What, he special needs or anything?
And they don't say they don't say whether he was special needs or anything. I don't know, bro. It's just sad, fam. It's just sad. Oh man, I hope both of them meet the dude that make them pick out their own grease.
I know it.
Now, yesterday we had a story about an unarmed black woman in Missouri being shot by the police. The police said, y'all ain't finna do us on this one right here. They released a photo of the young lady running away, pointing her weapon back at the officers. If you look in her hand on that photo right there, the police have circled the picture of her weapon that she had in her hand as she ran away.
Right.
You play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes in the United States of America, Miss Lady. Now, you had the whole thing, Miss Lady, ma'am. You had to do none of this. You were the passenger of the car that had apparently been carjacked. Like, all you had to do was say he picked you up and you would have been fine. All you had to do was tell him who he was, you know. Now you're gonna have to tell him who he was because he picked you up and everything. But to die behind it, and once you point a pistol or any kind of weapon at a law enforcement officer, you have determined you want to die.
Right.
You know, I mean, black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian. I don't put too much. Now we have seen some cases where it didn't automatically lead to death, but they are falling in between. I ain't read another story like that in months.
Right.
You know, like, it takes a special kind of person to be able to point a gun at the police and not be killed. And it's you one that person, Miss Lady. I hate that for you, and I hate that for your family and everything like that. But if you point a gun at the police, it's a good chance they gonna shoot the shit out you. Now, did they have to shoot her 5 times? She's pointing a gun at them. They don't know what she finna do.
Right.
It's like we always say, everybody want to go home. I just came here to do a job. You know, if she hadn't, if she hadn't pointed a gun at the officer, they wouldn't have shot her.
Right.
Now I can't say they wouldn't have pointed their gun at her. I'm sure they already had their gun pointed at her. But yeah, man, I had to go ahead and come back and debunk what I said yesterday, man, because when I get new information, I like to go ahead and put it out there. And apparently, my whole story I had about her was inaccurate. Now we're gonna move on to our next story, man, that we got coming up. Oh man, I've been telling y'all that the Latinos they moving on. A MSN contributor warns Latino parents concerned about communist agenda being pushed in school, causing Hispanic voters right wing shift. Now, I don't. That this article is saying that Hispanics have a problem with critical race theory being taught in class because it contains such words as slavery, black history, and stuff like that. And I don't think that's the reason. I understand that everybody got their right to their opinion,
Right.
but I think this opinion is shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's not. Mex- I don't think Hispanic and Latinos have a fight in that situation. You know, they're not being speaken of in any light at all when you're talking about slavery or when you're talking about Black history. You know,
At all.
even the NBA has a Hispanic History Month where they wear the Los Lakers shit and all this kind of shit and stuff like that. You know, everybody wants their heritage, and I would think that them people would be, but then you know, once again, people in Florida are just different anyway. And right now we're talking about Hispanics in Florida. And the one thing I'm learning about these Hispanics, which is they are easily to adapt.
Yeah.
If they want to be Republicans, they're gonna take on whatever fight the Republicans got and they're gonna run with it. You know, and that's the way for you to get yourself heard. You get on if you're gonna be on the team, be on the team. But the thing that we have got to do, and the thing that I keep trying to preach to the people that are willing to watch my show, is that we got to stop letting them fool us with names.
Right.
You know, just because some got a fucked up name, or just because some got a good name, don't mean nothing. Greenland is full of ice, and Iceland is full of nice weather, and it looks beautiful there.
Right.
You know, they've been pulling trickaroos and switcheroos on us for a long time. Like, we can't believe everything they tell us, especially if we just go by the name. You have to find out what stuff is for real. And if you're a white American, like, I don't understand why you're so embarrassed of of your history, of your heritage. If anybody should be ashamed, it should be us. You know, we supposed to be the ones that were so called slaves and everything like that, and apparently, you know, they're not teaching that black people were the original Indians in school. They ain't got that far yet.
Oh no.
You know, they ain't got that far yet. When they get that far, I think that's when y'all need to might get into an uproar because that's gonna cause some mass thinking shifts right there. But when you think about that African slave trade thing that they try to sell you, man, that is the biggest load of garbage that anybody's ever tried to perpetuate on the American public. Votes and things of that nature weren't that technical back then. You know, they didn't have the ability to make all those voyages and things like they say and what you think they respected the Indian so much that they wouldn't enslave him? You think they respected the Native Americans so much? The same people who they gave smallpox blankets to. They respect them so much that they won't enslave them. Come on. Use your brain. If you got millions of people here, why go get millions of people from somewhere else? Yeah, and if you read the Christopher Columbus diaries, he tell you that the people here had dark skin. He tells you that it's in his diary. You know, you can find out for yourself the things that you want to know. But it's like I always argue: what difference do it make now? It ain't like okay, I know that I'm a descendant of a Native American. I still don't know how to reap any benefit from that. I have I have no clue on how to reap any kind of benefit from that because you can't prove it.
Right.
And you how you know how hard that is to prove that, bro. So it's it's useless information at the end of the day. Now, yes, it helps your self esteem and your pride to know that you don't your history don't begin with slavery, and that's what a lot of people want you to start your history at. People that I don't know if they realize it or not, but that's what they're trying to do. People who are against critical race theory, what you're doing is you're trying to bring it back to where all black people history is. It's just slavery and past. But no, white people have only been on this earth for a short period of time. Dark skinned people have been here for way longer. For way longer. So why can't we tell that part of the history too? That's all. It ain't like we trying to take away from nothing that y'all niggas. Let me tell you, dog, what y'all have done in the last couple thousand years is very impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's very fucking impressive. You should not be ashamed of that.
Right.
You know, now you should be able to make amends to some of the atrocities and some of the messed up things that were done, but to feel ashamed of it, no. No, man. People, if 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 other cultures did what they had to do that, man, they could be on top too. But you know, it's it's a thin line between being proud and being ashamed. It's a thin line. You know, I just like them when they walk right up to the line. We gonna move on, man. I done got a little intoxicated. My boy got that czar over here today, man. Oh, Herschel Walker, man. You know I like talking about Herschel Walker. Man. You know, man, when I first started talking about Herschel Walker, man, I had nothing but negative things to say about Herschel Walker. But man, the more I talk about Herschel Walker, the more favorable my conversation get, man. Right now, he lashed out at the media's coverage of his jump into politics, specifically a piece calling his campaign an insult to black people. Man, I don't think it is, man, because this is the one thing I want y'all to understand.
Right.
We've been trying politicians for a long time. We've been putting people who were lawyers, people who were goddamn had I don't even know what kind of fucking degree you get to be a politician. Political science degrees, I guess. We done been putting them people in office, man, and we ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing out of it. The people as a whole, ain't got nothing out of it. The people who supposed to be in them seats, them Senate seats, and them goddamn them representative seats, they supposed to be actual representatives of the people. They're not supposed to just be lawyers and doctors and wealthy people. They're supposed to be representatives of the people. So so what? He ain't the most educated. So what? He feel the way I feel about shit. He gon' he gonna vote the way I would vote about shit. I don't feel like Herschel Walker could be bought by a lobbyist to go against something that he feel like he want to. Just like I wouldn't feel that if Donald Trump and his supporters felt strongly about something, it ain't enough money you can pay him to make him not do it.
Mm.
Because he wasn't a politician. He didn't know how to play the game. He hadn't been playing that game his whole life. If when no matter how unpopular it was with everybody else, if he wanted it did, it got did. What's wrong with that? I want more people running for office that's other people. Let's get some plumbers up there in the House of Representatives. Let's get some motherfuckers who done actually went to work every day. Let's get them up there. Let's get some new blood up there, man. Cause this old stuff ain't did nothing for us, man. One thing I can say about the plumber, he less likely to be racist than the lawyer.
Right.
Cause he done worked with other black plumber. He know us. He probably went to public school. You know what I'm saying? Like he know us. A lot of them people don't know us except as defendants.
Right. 100%.
They don't know us. We need people who know us, bro. Herschel Walker know us. He don't just know rich black people. He know poor black people too. He's still connected to poor black people too. We need people like that, man. And I know I'm speaking on black people right now. I don't want to lose my white audience out there because he connected to poor white people too. He connected to poor people as a whole. We got to stop thinking it's a disconnect between us. Poor people is poor people.
Right.
And I don't even understand how we get on opposite sides. I'm telling you that Democrat propaganda shit nasty, man. They done had black people fooled for a long time, man. They'll give you $100 worth of food stamps and keep you from making $300 and $400 worth of cash.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do, man. They keep you goddamn enslaved to the system. Instead of being a slave to a master on a plantation, you're a slave to the government. You can't make but this amount of money. So that means you got to stay in this neighborhood, which means we're going to keep you right where the fuck we want you.
Right.
If you gonna give me food stamps, what the fuck difference do it make that I goddamn I bet on myself and start making more money? Like, bitch, I needed food. I still need food.
Yeah.
Like, come on. All of this stuff is just designed to keep you in poverty. It's designed to keep you in poverty, man. And they're not Republican programs. You know, it's not. And we need to we need to stop putting the value in the free shit and start putting the value in a nigga being there to go get some money. That's what we need to put it into. And Republicans, I'm telling y'all, start goddamn with this legalizing marijuana, man. Y'all to get a lot more people on your team too, man. Y'all need to go ahead and jump on that bandwagon. A lot of y'all ain't still on that bandwagon right now. Need a lot more of y'all to go and jump on in, man. I'm out here recruiting, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here recruiting, man. Give me something else to work with. Now, our last story of the day as we move on over him, about to get ready to knock off for the day. Let's see here. My last story of the day: a Florida school gives away handguns, shotguns, and a AK-47 as part of a raffle. You know, if your timing couldn't be no worse,
Right.
because I'm sure if this is a raffle, they done had this plan for months,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
You know, the end of school raffle, they been selling tickets and shit, you know. Ain't nobody had no school shooting all year that I was aware of up until this end of the school. Like, it was school shooting wasn't even nobody thinking about that, no. So, I'm sure when they got damn set this up, it wouldn't have probably even been a news story if what had happened in Uvalde it didn't happen. But they gave away a $2,000 16 gauge shotgun. They gave away an AK-47. Hey man, this is a charter school, man. They trying to raise money. It's Florida. What else can you goddamn get these folks besides guns? They conducted the background checks before transferring the weapon to the winner. You had to buy $100 ticket to goddamn get into this raffle, man. So what else you gonna give folk, man? That's all I'm gonna say. What else you gonna y'all liberals, man? See, that's why I can't get with these motherfuckers, man. They wanna make everything about them. They one of them bitches that make everything about them. You be trying to call and tell her about your day, and she flip it into what happened to her. Like, bitch, can I just finish unloading? Like, this ain't even about you all the Texas. This ain't in Texas. This in Florida. Everybody in Florida got guns already. Everybody in Texas got guns already. Like, I don't even understand why we keep trying to goddamn man. If you ain't for the Second Amendment, man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you now. But my Second Amendment says that I have the right to bear arms, and there are stipulations, in fact, and they got other. They disqualify some people from getting guns. It ain't like everybody allowed to get one, but as your right when you originally born, everybody allowed to get one. You have to leave. You have to do something to make us take that right away from you. And I ain't trying to goddamn give nobody now right back, man. Not the fifth right, not the sixth, seventh, eighth. I don't want to give now one on back, man. I don't want to let them peel off of none on. I don't want to let them do nothing. But Gutter, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get up out of here, man. I done had a good time today.
Yeah, me too, man.
Man, side note, man, I saw that Marion Barber was found dead in his apartment yesterday, man. And that shit hit me, dog. Man, when I like 39 years old, man. Man, you have to take advantage of every day, man. Every day is a gift out here, bro. You gotta live that shit like it's a gift. The present is a gift. You feel me? Being able to be here in the present is a gift, man. You have to live like that, man. There's so many different things coming at you left and right throughout the day, man. Sometimes you just gotta take time out to just sit back and think, man. I'm here. I can keep trying. There's a lot of people that can't keep trying. They done been took off the map. They've been locked up. They done had some of the worst circumstances happen to them, man. But if you still out here and you still free, man, you still can keep trying, man. Every day you wake up, man, get out here and try to do better than you did yesterday, man. As long as you do better than you did yesterday, every day, can't nobody stop you, bro. This your boy Shyne, man. I'm finna get ready to get up out of here and go. You got something to say to the people, fam?
I enjoy y'all Thursday, man.
Yeah, man, enjoy your Thursday, man. Enjoy your family, man. Enjoy everything about your life today, man. A lot of people wish they could, but they can't, man. You know, finna get up out of here, man. God bless y'all. Love you today. See you tomorrow.